Prabhuji, can I post module 1 material in the group?
Oh, I haven't done it, huh?
Yeah.
I think I need to share everything to you so that you can start sharing it, Mataji.
Yeah.
Model 1 here. You mean homework and
Yeah, homework on the material, study material, which I got it last year from you, Prabhuji. Can I share the same thing or the?
yeah, if you have that entire thing,
Yeah, I have the
then
interesting. Yeah.
so this is until chapter 6.
Yeah, module 1 is
Uh,
yes.
right. And I should have that with me also.
Okay.
But if you have everything, please don't send your answer.
No, so Prabhuji, I have different folder for my answers.
We have to maintain good relation with Mataji now. Mataji, when are you visiting Minneapolis for prasadam?
Right, she will send all the answer sheet and then it's all done. So I have here and ooh, ooh. Yeah, I'll do it, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshur Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kirpatadam Bande Sri Gurum Dintaranam Paramananda Madhvam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Prasarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paishyatya Desha Tarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Jai Jai Sri Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Uday Prabhu, you want to ask something? I see your hand is raised.
Oh, that was my mistake.
Okay, okay. So in this chapter, we are discussing about
Again.
the setup of battlefield, Kurukshetra. How it's set up and how our friend Arjun is reacting, seeing all of the relatives. So it's very, very important once again that I go through this slide here. This one. So he is seeing 10 types of relatives. He's seeing people of his father is, grandfather's is, teacher, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, father-in-law, and well-wisher. And seeing all of this personality, this verse says that his limbs of the body are quivering. His mouth is drying up. His whole body is trembling. His hairs are standing. And his Gandiva bow is slipping from his hand. His skin is burning. He says, My dear Lord, I'm even unable to stand here. Any minute in front of all of these personalities, knowing that I have to fight with them. And he says that I am forfeiting myself. And my mind is, bounding a circle now. It's very hard. So this is the situation Arjun is going through. And sometimes, if the one person who we know has passed away, all of these symptoms will come when we hear about one of our dear person missing or demising, demise, the one who has demised, or even after their demise, we have all of these experiences. And Arjun is seeing all of his relatives, everyone there is standing in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Now, what happens in the battlefield is that when you will start fighting with a person, whoever the person is, that fight continues until one of them is died, right? That's what it happens. Unless one person is, you know, defeated, and the defeat happens only when one is no conscious, no more conscious to fight against. So another important thing that we have to understand here, Arjun, for sure, he's a devotee, but he is not concerned that either the personality is standing on his side or on the other side. If you look at the very first verse, what this verse is saying, Dharma Chetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta, Yutsava, Mamaka, Pandavas, Kim Kurvati Sanjay. He is using the word mine, Mamaka, my extended family, and Pandavas. Sometimes it's they or their thing, they will fix it. Arjun is not thinking like that. That's very important point that I wanted to bring here. He's not thinking that ah they will be killed because our people are stronger. We have Krishna, so it doesn't matter. They are on the other side. If they get killed, there is no loss. He's not thinking like that. He's thinking that doesn't matter. The person stands his side or on the other side. Finally, one of them are going to be killed. And who is going to be killed, who is not sure. So he is seeing overall loss only. Only loss. Is not seeing any benefit out of this fight. So he tells that I would not like to fight. I don't want to do this fight. And then he gives four reasons not to fight. And this is what we'll talk today. And these four reasons are the one that we have to remember from this chapter also. Why Arjuna did not want to fight. And we'll have some discussions around that. So the very first reason he's giving is how can I kill my friends and relatives? So Acharya says that that is coming out of his bodily identification, me and mine type of identification, because these people are somehow or other related to me. So how can I fight with them? They are all my kinsmen. So the very first reason is coming out of bodily identification. When we identify ourselves with the body, that's what happens. How can I do? Because that's the very basic thing that we can connect. A second reason, most of the enjoyment that we have in our life, on the weekend, when you go, most of us are working or work. When you go back at your work, how was your weekend? How was your family? How did you enjoy with your family? There is birth party or marriage party or any party that we do, who we invite to? Who we invite to? We invite to the people who are our friends, right? Marriage party, they will have the cards and all the people who we know, we are close to, we enjoy them, we invite them. And they are the one who comes and we celebrate the marriage ceremony with our friends and family. Every celebration that we do. Now, depending on the status of the person, that family can be extended to a much uh, bigger group of people. But most of these enjoyments are happening. We are enjoying with our people. If somebody becomes success in their life, everybody in the family will release it and they'll say, do you know my son-in-law is this? Do you know my grandson is this? So it's not the matter of happiness only for the person who is getting the success, but everybody else who is connected to that person, they feel the happiness. So Arjun is saying that I'm going to be, my brother Yudhishthira Maharaj is going to be king. And if he becomes king, who will be there to even see him? So look at the story of Mahabharata, right? Pandavas are very dear to Bhispitama. And Pandava all the way were being taken care and protected by Bhispitama, Bhishma. Now, if Yudhishthira Maharaj becomes king and Bhishma is not there, who is going to rejoice him becoming king? So that's what Arjun is saying. Arjun is saying that even if you become victorious, there is no one to see our victory. So that you can see that maybe it's coming from the mind platform. The first one is definitely coming from the body. Second one is coming from mind is thinking, oh, if even if I become victorious, who is going to see me? And third one, he says that killing people itself is sinful, and killing our own people is even more sinful. So now this part, when we use the word sin, this life you are not going to be getting the result of any sin that you are doing. But since you think or you have a faith that there is a life after this life, So this life, if I do sin, next life I'm going to bear the result of these sins. So this thinking is coming more on the platform of soul belief system. My soul will be punished and the body will be gone, but my soul is going to be uh, finished. So see how these regions are very much coming from the bodily understanding. Coming, mind is the one that enjoy. Enjoyment comes to mind. You know, Sukham or Dukham, Krishna says later, doesn't matter. If the enjoyment is the thing of the mind, So if we are still caught up into this Sukham and Dukham, then we are very much caught up with our mind only. And third reason that if we think that the action that I am going to do is sinful, and Krishna will help them understand, help Arjuna understand that acting for him doesn't matter. Whatever circumstances you act for, it's not a sin. So in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, it's given that Maharaj Yudhishthir's chariot was not touching the ground. It was always a little higher than the ground because he was a righteous person. He was very pure person. So due to the strength of his purity, his chariot was also almost flying. But while fight is going on, Ashwathama, son of Dronacharya, has to be killed. And Dronacharya has huge attachment for his son. He would never get killed as long as Ashwathama is alive. Nobody can kill Dronacharya if Ashwathama is alive. So then Krishna had a plan that somehow or other we have to convince Dronacharya because he wants to take Dronacharya out of his way in order for Pandava to be the victorious. His plan was that let's kill a elephant that is known as Ashwathama and let Yudhishthir Maharaj, because Yudhishthir is a righteous person, if he says, he will say only truth. Let Yudhishthir Maharaj call this, let Yudhishthir Maharaj announce this to the battlefield of Kurukshetra that Ashwathama is killed. And for that, Yudhishthir Maharaj is thinking, how can I do that? I have never lied. How can I lie? Now this is discussion that would need more time and we'll talk about it later, but at least at this point, he was now willing to say that elephant named Aswathama has been killed in front of Dronacharya to convey the message that his son Aswathama has been killed. He said it's lied. It's lie. I know it's being lied. We don't want to say that. I don't want to say it. So for that reason, he had to go through hell. His chariot came down because he was not complying with the instructions of uh, Krishna. What is dharma? Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavata parnita. That's the point I wanted to come to make this point more clear. What is dharma? What is religion and what is not the religion? What is to be done and what is not to be done? Shastra says that anything that pleases Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is dharma. That's the dharma has a dictionary meaning: intrinsic quality of any substance is their dharma. Water has a quality of being cold, heat has quality of being hot. Everything has their own quality. What is the quality of Atma? Anybody knows? What is the quality of Atma?
Serving the Lord.
Yeah, Jivara Sarup Hoy Nitara Krishna Das. Serving Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now it looks odd. It appears very odd. That's different thing. So that's the dharma. So we have to understand that the dharma is, and that's the reason the entire Bhagavad Gita is being spoken, so that Arjun can understand. Through Arjun, Arjun if you are devotee, through Arjun we can understand what is to be done and what is not to be done. Okay, so this sinful reaction concept of having these sins itself is not right when we are fighting in front of Krishna, when we are fighting for Krishna. And that's why Arjun will say that, oh, Krishna will say, oh Arjun, you just become a nimit. In fact, I'm fighting. I'll fight. You know, you have to just be the instrument. So this concept of sin is coming because he thinks that killing our own relatives is going against the will of his seniors and relatives, and that will be sin. Krishna will tell that no, it's not a sin. If I ask you to do it for dharma sanutishta pumsa vishwakshena kathasuya nautupadate yadiratim sarme vahi kevalam. In Bhagavatam, this verse comes that any action that we are doing, if it doesn't utpad, nautpadate, utpadate means, you know, create, generation, creation. If it does not generate, create affection, rati, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sarmeva Kevalam, it's only hard work. So even something might not uh, make sense to you or might be making sense to you. If the outcome is not in favor of Krishna, even if it makes sense to you, it's not right thing to do. And even something doesn't make sense to you, but if it's pleasing Krishna, it's right thing to do. That's the point I'm trying to make. So Arjuna is right now more on the platform of the way you and I think. Okay, the way you and I think. So that's why I wanted to break it down that both on the bodily, mind, and soul platform, he is thinking like ordinary. Ordinary human being will think like that. Will think like that. And then lastly, he says that if all of these people will get killed, then their wives will become widow. And when the wives become widow, then they will mingle with the people of other varna, and then uh, future generation that will come, they will be polluted generation, and slowly the entire family tradition will go away. Now all of these are truth. Nothing he said was logically not bona fide. Logically, not that you and I, as an ordinary human being, would not think. So whatever reasoning he is giving is perfectly perfect on the stage of human platform. In the society today also, now this sahajiya mingling type of thing that we see, women of one caste going out with the men of other caste, that definitely has given the progeny that's called Varna Sankara, unwanted progeny. So what he says is that if the destruction happens to the dynasty, then family tradition will stop. What is family tradition? Family tradition is that if father dies, putra has to do the putra sanskar. One of our very close friend passed away recently. So I went and I was talking to my wife, and in front of my wife, I spoke with my son. And I said, Ratan, I'm going to be liberated only when you do the sanskar. I mean, I'm telling him, but I'm chanting name of Krishna. I'm not fully depending on him. But at least it's part, of the sanskara that as a son, all of us have duty to do the final rites to our forefather. Please take that as our responsibility. Whenever your father gets sick, whenever they are at the final time, wherever you are, leave that thing, go and help, do the be in front of your father. So family tradition will stop, and if the family tradition will stop, then irreligion will increase. Irreligious mentality, adharmic things will increase. And when adharmic things increases, Pradusanti Kula Istriya. Pollution of women get polluted is a very important Vedic concept, which will keep on talking. Women is considered, source of inspiration. The purity is basically written by women. And there is Bhagavatam verse we'll cite when we come to that stage. Women has a lot of role to play in keeping the family pure. Chesty women, if women is chesty, that that family will have all types of opulence. Wealth comes by default. This is what ritualistic teaching will tell you that the uh, chesty women is source of all the happiness. So if women become polluted, and here pollution means that they will start going out, they will start mingling with the people who are of different kula, different family tradition. And if that happens, then unwanted progeny will take birth. We say that in Kali Yuga, most of the people are Shudra, right? And why suddenly, even if you take birth in the family of a Brahmin, your uh, lifestyle is more of a Shudra because of some of these reasons. They don't follow the family traditions, in the family, you would see that although they have taken birth in the Brahmin family, but they are like Bhaishya and Shudra, their food habit, their occupation, Patan Patan, Yajan Rajan, all of that, has completely lost. And women's are, you know, getting in a very different stage now, you know, same thing as men. And ultimately, this whole family tradition is lost. So this is not only applicable to Arjun, but to us, to all of us, also applies equally. And then when family traditions are lost, then what will happen? People will have the hellish life. Our forefathers, since they haven't uh, been helped, or there was not ritualistic process, they might go to hellish planet, or overall the health of the community will go down because people are Sudra. They will just think whatever their mind, intelligence, and false egos are saying, and they would not think, or they would not align with what Shastra is saying, Guru is saying. So he gives all of this reason. So his four argument, I'm just trying to tell you, is not only four just straight line statement, but all of these arguments have a broader meaning, broader impact. Okay, it's not only applicable to him, but equally applies to mankind. So his questions are definitely not meaningless. It has a deeper meaning. And then after that, uh, Krishna will start helping him understand in the purport of this discussion where we are talking about sinful reaction. Prabhupada has cited in the 36th verse of this chapter, Prabhupada has cited that there are six kinds of aggressor. And that same statement is also cited when Aswathama was tortured in Srimad Bhagavatam. When Aswathama was tortured, his jewel, money on his eye was taken out. And there was discussion going on between Mother Draupadi, Krishna, Arjun, Bhima. What should we do with this Guru Putra? Aswathama. Aswathama's father is our spiritual master, but his putra is done heinous crime. He released multiple Brahmastra to kill the progeny, the baby who was in the womb of Mother Uttara, Maharaj Parikshit. So they captured him. Pandavas have captured him. He killed sleeping sons of Pandavas. So what to do with this person? And according to principle of dharma, he deserve kill. So these six reasons are given there. Who deserve death? A person who has given poison to somebody. And then after that, we will get into the QA. A person who has given poison to somebody, you deserve death. Or if you set fire, somebody's somebody's sleeping, somebody inside their house, and you set fire. So all of that has happened, okay? Lakshakira, last time you remember, Pandavas were in their Laksha house and house was put on the fire. When Bhima was baby, he was given poison. One who attacks with deadly weapons multiple times, the Pandavas were attacked by uh, deadly weapons. One who plunders riches. They were kings, right? Princes, and their entire wealth were taken out. Lord said, "Hey, these are Kshatriya. Kshatriya need some space to rule. There are five brothers. Give them five villages. They'll just be in charge of one village. They have something to rule. They will get out of it. They will not fight." Duryodhana said, "Five villages are too many. I can't give them a space for 5 points of the needle." You know the needle? How much space it takes. He said, "I can't even give them 5 points of the needle." I mean, it's nothing. So their richness was completely taken away, and their land definitely were completely taken out, taken away from them. And the one who kidnaps somebody's wife, and you would see that how Mother Draupadi was disrobed and was put into gambling, and then in front of everybody, they wanted to disrobe her. So anyone, it is in the purpose of writing, anyone who does these six things, they deserve death. And if you look at the entire story of Mahabharata, that's what they have done. So they really deserve death. So what is this is Dharma Shastra now. Just and it's coming from Manu Smriti. They say that the principle of Manu Smriti is that if somebody takes your one eye, you take their one eye. Eye for eye. So according to principle of Dharma Shastra, they deserve death. Uday Prabhu, what do you like to say?
Prabhu, actually, I have a couple of questions. One, you kind of given the reasons. Reason one is from the bodily identification. Reason two is coming from the mind platform. Reason three is from the soul platform. And the reason four, is it like a combination of reason one and two? Is it coming both from bodily and mind platform?
It just, that's how I can see it, but it's not mentioned in the purport like that. But,
Yeah.
fourth reason, I think destruction of the family tradition is coming from bodily platform, is coming from mind also. So it's kind of combination of multiple.
Multi. Okay, all right. Then next question is I don't know if I can ask this question uh, when we are when it is live, but you mentioned uh, anything that we do to please Krishna is okay, right? When the outcome is to please Krishna, then like everything is approved. Now, isn't that some of the faiths, they kind of misuse or abuse that, and they say whoever is a non-believer, then they should not exist. According to their,
Yeah, that is mis extrapolation. Yes.
right, right. I think that's what I
Yeah.
wanted to see,
Yeah.
because there is a lot
Because
of,
Krishna, I don't think that Krishna has ever said that, people, in fact, uh, people in different consciousness. You have to say something, or should I keep on saying?
no, no, please continue. I think
Okay.
that's
So
I
people
think
in
you got me.
different consciousness, they deal with people differently. Uttama Adhikari, they do not see any fault in anybody. No fault. Suniteva Sopakecha Pandita Samadarsina. He doesn't see any fault. There is no fault in anybody. Okay. Madhma, he doesn't see fault, but he sees position of the living entity, where you are. You are in a higher stage, or you are in the middle stage, or you are in the lower stage, or you are in a stage of being envious. And wherever you are, that accordingly, he will give the respect. And I have heard multiple times Anjali Mataji, she tells that Guru Lal Gopal Prabhu. Why? Because she thinks she has a lot of respect for him. Because of his devotional quality, he is there, right? So Madhma Adhikari can see, oh, this person has a lot of devotional quality. I have to respect him. I have to be obedient. I have to listen him. I have to hear him. So it's Madhma Adhikari. And Shudra or Kanishta are those who doesn't know their position and don't know others' position. They themselves don't know what is my position and what is other position. And then there are, fifth adhikaris and fourth and sixth and seventh and eighth and ninth and tenth. So somebody who is like malecha, completely downgraded, they disturb living entity. You know, in fact, you will see in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that one should not be even cause for creating or giving anxiety. Forget about killing or all that stuff, harming and all. Not being the source of anxiety for others living entity. If somebody is having anxiety because of you, then you are not doing good. So people who are using this term, kill the people who have different belief, they are completely not understanding their teaching. Their teaching is not even on the bodily, not even on the mind, not even on the soul. It's completely gross understanding. According to Vedic understanding, you cannot justify it. Veda doesn't teach us like that. Veda says, Suni chaiva supakacha. Vidya binaya sampane brahmine gavahastini. Suni chaiva supakacha. Pandita samadarsina. Vidya and binay. When you have sufficient knowledge, and with that knowledge, when you have proper understanding, then it leads to humility. So sufficient knowledge leads to humility. And when you have that humble state of mind, then sunu chaiva sopakecha. Pandita samadar. Doesn't matter. It's cow, it's dog or dog eater. Doesn't matter. And they don't do that discrimination. So it's lackness of proper vidya, according to Vedic understanding. Understanding of vidya that is not leading to sufficient humility. And they're completely missing the devotional aspect of this understanding. And then it becomes false ego. It's mostly false ego. Mostly false ego. Prabhupada in one of the purports says that in today's society, the religious practice is very much dealt with one's false ego. You know, I follow, I am the best country in the world. I'm the best people in the society, in the whole globe. So I do is the best. This is just a false ego. Okay, this is just a false ego. I have done everything best in my life. See, I'm the richest person, richest country in the world. So whatever religion I practice is the richest, the best, or mine is the best. What I believe, none of our acharyas have said like that. Our acharyas will say, Suni chaiva, our acharya will say, Tad vidhi panipatina patipastana sunya. Updichandit say ganam ganesh darsina. They will say, you know, that 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 go and fall down submissively. They will not say that stand up formally and eye contact. Put your eyes in somebody else's eye and then ask your question with full determination. No, as a blade of grass, humble. গ্রামীণ ব্যবহারে পণ্ডিতা আমি জানি আমি হি তো আমি কিছু নাই জানি. Sanatan Goswami, when he approached to Mahaprabhu, he said, everybody says that I'm very learned in the dealings of Brahmin activity. But for my welfare, I do not know. And a straw on his teeth with humility. So we are talking about completely two different, uh, subject. Pure devotion and devotee, and going back to him, back to Krishna, is completely different subject. The subject that is out there prevailing in the society today. And and our goal as a sadhaka is to communicate the right message that is established on compassion, message that is aligned with the teaching of Guru Shastra and Sadhu. That's our responsibility. And that also will be done when we ourselves are submitted, doing things regularly, seriously, every day. Then slowly, not just by dhoti kurta पहनने से कोई भक्त नहीं हो जाता है. Remember this thing. You just put tilak chandan and you become devotee. It's not, no, not like that. Not like that. Constant rigors. You have to go through the rigors. You know, understand, digest, pray, my dear Lord. Please help me, please help me, please help me. I'm not getting it. Kindly protect me, kindly protect me, kindly help me. My Guru Maharaj, Krishna, Balaram, Nityanand Prabhu, Gauranga Prabhu, please help me, help me, help me. Fully submissive. I don't know anybody. তুমি তো আমার, আমি তো তোমার. Please help me, help. Then slowly and slowly the wisdom will reveal. That wisdom, Sri Pasanatana Bhatta Raghunath, Sri Jiva Gopal Das. So many people are coming and going. Why still we are celebrating the appearance and disappearance of Nityanand Prabhu? Hey, Nityanand Prabhu. So Prabhuji, in a society completely is fully derailed. That's why Prabhupada said that this Krishna consciousness movement is huge, huge responsibility. And how we responsibility? How we know our responsibility? You would never know your responsibility beyond yourself or beyond your intellectual understanding unless and until you become pure devotee. And unless and until you become pure devotee, Krishna will never empower you also. He will not empower. He will not give you all the strength that will help you, you know, do right thing. That's why, when we say that chant name of Krishna and be happy, it is a very deep statement. So let's try to be pure devotee first. Follow teaching very seriously, very carefully. Slowly, 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 things will start happening. So there are many things right now in the society that has nothing to do with Vedic teaching, that has nothing to do with any spiritual teaching. It's just people false ego. Just people false ego. And even I have to pray, my dear Lord, please don't let me be part of this whole thing. I also don't want to leave my body being convicted, and being part of this whole thing. My dear Lord, please let me do your bhakti. You take care of me. However you want me to live, I'm fine with that. You know. But please don't, you know, not tell your Ranga Payo, Nathan Das Thakur says. আমি বিনা, তুমি বিনা কে আছে আমার? You know, Nathan Das Thakur says that, my dear Lord, please don't push me out thinking that I'm fallen. Who is there without you? Who will help me if you don't help me? Nathan Das Thakur Kohe, he's saying that not tell your Ranga Pai. Please don't push me out thinking that I'm fallen. তোমো বিনা কে আছে আমার? This is a beautiful song. গৌরাঙ্গা বলিতে হবে পুলকা শরীরা, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়ন ববে নীরা. This is the song, the last line. Where I go. So that's the mood we are. We are completely on a different path. Completely on a different path. And our responsibility is to understand that path, what our acharya want us to do and where they want us to lead. So this is all false ego, Prabhuji. I can tell you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Sudarshan and Gayatri,
Prabhuji, I
Mataji
still
and
didn't
Prabhu.
understand like how the fourth reason that Arjuna did not want to fight, right? Destruction of family tradition. I looked at the verse for the 245 and 46, and it is talking about the Vedas and how the Vedas are more superfluous and more for material things. I'm not understanding how that answers the question for family destruction.
This is the uh we'll talk about that once we get there to
Hmm.
45, 46, and 324. But this is how he justifying that
I
how the
got
family
what the
tradition.
Arjuna is justifying. I just don't understand how Krishna answers to that.
Yeah. So this part, is future, right? Future class.
Uh,
So once I come to this point, Mataji, I'll basically very much uh will talk about it.
Okay.
okay.
Can I ask a related question on
Yes, Babuji.
why it's important to offer prayers to forefathers? Because as per Bhagavad Gita, the forefathers have done their dharma and they've already gone to a different planet, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how can we doing prayers cause them to fall down, right? Because their soul has already transmigrated and they've based on their deeds they've gone to various planets.
Yeah.
So,
Or return back to earth.
but
So what is your ask, Prabhuji?
so
That
my
how
so
my sinful act
no, no.
is going
Why
to
why
improve?
is it important to offer prayers and water and food to forefathers? Because uh, they have already done their duty and gone to different planets.
Once they are dead, they have already transmigrated into other life forms, right? So then, why is it important to then? Because then you are also keeping connection with your bodily function when you're keeping.
So these questions are on the platform of common human being.
Hmm.
As a common human being, like for example, people who are not devotee, who have not chanted the name of Krishna,
Hmm.
uh, you would see that there are hui happening, right?
Hmm.
13 days, and the son will have the karma of their father, and then they will go and put the water and all of that, right? So these are all on the. This is not applicable to devotee, the
Hmm.
the one who has taken devotional service, who are chanting name of Krishna. And why it's not applicable? I can tell you one story. So in 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj's story is mentioned, and Prahlad Maharaj was son of a demon, Hiranyakashipu. And Prahlad Maharaj, being the pure devotee, he never hated his father. But his father was very hateful of Prahlad Maharaj. He did everything to kill him. And Prahlad Maharaj, how much he was tortured. Put him in the snake house, throw him from the top of the hill, mountain. He asked his sister Holika to hold him in fire. He tried everything. Give him poison, ask elephant to run over, everything. He was not killed. Nothing happened. So pure devotee of Krishna, Krishna will protect. Now, when Lord Nrsimhadev came and he killed Hiranyakashipu, then he is talking to Prahlad Maharaj. A story I'm just escaping. And he says, can you please tell me what you want? What do you want? Nrsimhadev is asking Prahlad Maharaj, can you please tell me what you want? He said, my dear Lord, I'm not doing business. This is pure devotion. You are pure. He said, I'm not doing business. I haven't, done your devotional service because you will give me something in return. If that's what I would do, then I'm not doing your devotion. But still, Lord Nrsimhadev insisted that he should ask something. Then he said, my father was a material minded person and he tortured me and talked a lot of bad thing about you, my dear. I'm not concerned about all the torture that he did to me, but I'm concerned that he spoke ill about you. So please forgive him. You know what Nrsimhadev said? Anybody knows the answer? Nrsimhadev said, don't worry. You're 21 generation up and 21 generation down. They all are liberated because of your devotional service. Okay. So this is the strength of devotion. Now, if you do devotion in this life, both you and Mataji become pure devotee, then her forefathers, fathers and fathers and fathers and fathers, and then somebody coming in the future, all of them will get benefited. So devotional service that we are doing, it's not only is going to help us, but our forefathers who are right now in somewhere in different forms of the body, moving around. I don't know where they are. They all will get benefited and they all will get the opportunity to to perform devotional service that will lead to liberation. So for bhakta, it's different story. For ordinary people, there is karma kanda. There is, there is steps that's given for living entity to go to higher destination. Now that higher destination is not defined. It just says higher destination, higher destination, higher destination. Means better than where you are. And this is the process. The process is that if rituals are done, then that person, rituals are basically nothing but praying, praying for the person in a very yogic way. Then the person will have the higher destination. Now, what exactly that higher destination is? Sunichaiva supakricha pandita samad. There is a verse in second canto that says, Sri Suchinam Srimate Gehe. Suchinam Srimate Gehe. I give them uh, wealth, I give them education, I give them beauty, and I give them intelligence so that they can come to me. So that's higher, destination. They might get birth in a human form, in a rich family where they will get the education. And maybe, if Krishna, if you have done enough austerity, perform devotional service, maybe they will get the chance to become devotee. So he just talks about higher destination. And that is the duty that is on the bodily karmakandic platform. But for devotee is different. For devotee, your devotional service is not only helping you, but it will help the people. And wherever they are, they will get benefited.
Oh, thank you, Prabhuji.
So we have responsibility. But again, these 4 reasons are not coming from devotional points, not coming from devotional perspective. Arjuna is asking this question as you and I would ask as a common being. Okay. In fact, um, when I said that there is no sheen, I little bit talked about it. Why? Because we are acting for Krishna. Anukulasya sankalpa partikulasya vivarjanam. And whatever we are doing in favor of Krishna, that is dharma. That is the duty. Anything that is against the will of Lord, that is not to be done. So that's how we see. Yes, Prabhu, Satya Prabhuji, boliye. What do you want to ask?
Krishna Guruji. No, my question was similar to previous question. So Arjuna was devotee. He is a devotee, but he still is confused with, and he.
Hmm.
So was it? I mean, he's
Right. Somebody should have asked me this question. Why Arjuna is asking this question, although he was devotee? Yes, very good.
so, and then was it? I mean, he was just confused just because of. Again, he's in the association of Lord. He's himself.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking.
Sakalena mahata yogo nasta parantapa. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita gives the reason why this Bhagavad Gita has to be spoken. Yada idai dharmasya glani bhavati bharata. This Bhagavad Gita was spoken for the people of Kali Yuga, for people like you and I, who are now coming in this age of Kali. Krishna said that with due course of time, Sakalena Mahata, Yoga Nasta Prantapa, this philosophy of Krishna consciousness, God consciousness is lost. I have spoken this before to Sun God, but over the time, this message has been lost. So I have to now talk again. So this science, in fact, Bhagavad Gita has 700 verses, and according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, except few verses that talks about manmanabha madbhakto madhyajiva namaskuru, that applies to everybody. Mostly these verses does not apply to Arjun, because Arjun is already pure devotee. Arjun is put into illusion by
Hello.
Krishna so that he can ask questions that you and I would ask, that you and I would benefit. So the discussion is definitely happening between Arjun and Krishna, but this is for the benefit of entire mankind, not only for Arjun. In fact, most of these teachings does not even, like, Arjun is already pure devotee. He does not have to listen Shakam, what is Sakam Karma, what is Karma Yoga, what is Niskam Yoga type 1, what is Niskam Yoga type 2, what is Ashtanga Yoga, and then finally come to Bhakti Yoga. No, he's already pure devotee. Otherwise, how Krishna will stay with him? But Krishna put him into that position so that he can represent you and I. So that also is part of the answer that Sudarshan Prabhu and Gatri Mataji was asking. That these 4 reasons are not a devotee will give. This is the reason given by a person who is put into Krishna's illusory energy. Okay, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. So yeah, okay. So Krishna was put into Maya, and then he was thinking,
Arjuna was put into the Maya. Yeah, Arjuna was put into the Maya by Krishna
and
so that he can ask questions. He's acting very much like a compassionate living entity. He's thinking about enjoyment and circumstances that make one enjoy, and he's thinking about sinful direction. Devotee does not think about all of these things. Devotee thinks sarabadhi vidurmukte tatpravate nirmalam rishikena rishikesa sevana bhakti uchyate. What is devotion? Rishikena rishikesa. Whatever pleases the master of the sense. Rishikena is senses. Rishikesa is master of the sense. So whatever pleases the master, that is their goal. Anything, Sarapadhi Bindur Muktam, any other designation and identity and association and this and that, those are not. But this is again up here, very much up here, very high. So I am not going to force you to right away, start thinking here, but that's what Shastra says. So none of these reasons are, to answer your question, none of these reasons are given for ordinary, none of the reasons are given for pure devotee. These are not the reason that pure devotee will give. These are the reason that is coming to represent how a ordinary living entity will think when he or she is put into the situation where they are seeing all types of relatives around. Satyaprabhu, is that answer your question, sir?
Yes. So I just was bodily relation that
Yeah, so all of these, body, mind, destruction of family, devotees are not really too much concerned about it. If you have performed pure devotion, then that's another benefit, that Krishna is personally going to take care of all of the requirements that you have. You don't have to literally. Sarvasad hai, Krishna, you don't have to. Krishna bhakti kaile sarvakara siddhi haya. Na sarva karya, sarva karya, sarva means all, karya means work. Sarva karya haya means is completed. All your responsibility, all your responsibility is completed if you perform pure devotional service. You don't have to go particularly and do each and every services, each and every rituals, also to answer Prabhu's questions. And how to understand that? So there is a tree. Tree has a root. It has a stem, then multiple branches, then twigs, then leaves, right? One can go and start pouring the water on the leaf to keep it green, on the twig, on the sub branches, on the stem. But all of that gets nourishment if you put the water at the
root.
root. Root. So individual, and in 15, 16 chapter, we'll talk about the tree. We'll talk about, okay, what the tree represents and where we have to pour the water. This material world is compared with a tree, okay, and then people are pouring water on the twigs and branches and leaf, but we have to pour water at the root, okay. So we don't have to have any other obligation. That's another beauty. No other obligation one has to get into if one is fully and firmly serving Supreme Personality of Godhead. My father service is being done, my mother service is being done, my social service is being done, my national service is being done. I'm number one socialist, my charity is being done. All of that I'm being done. I don't have to go and do the charity. Daridri Narayan and this and that. All of that, the best and the best of everything is being done just by performing my devotional service. So somebody will say, we were doing nothing. You all you do is that day in, day out, you just go to Krishna's temple and chant name of Krishna. By doing that, I'm doing everything else. All other ism and charity and nationality, whatever it is, all of that loyalty is fulfilled. But if you do all of that and don't do Krishna bhakti, you are still incomplete. But if you do bhakti and do not do anything else, everything else is done. That's the Vedic teaching. That's the teaching we are going to get into. That's what Krishna will say. That pour the water at the root. If the root is being poured, the entire tree will get the nourishment. So that's the beauty of bhakti. You know, you will be a perfect being for yourself, for your family, for your society, for your community. I can tell you one thing. In my neighborhood, there are so many people. Okay, there is one family. They are from, I think they are from Tamil Nadu. The Mataji is very spiritual, very religious. Prabhuji is not too much into it. But every evening, me and my wife, me and Karunanidhi, we go for a walk and we have chanting bag in our hand. So we have finished our round, but since we are walking, we just have chanting bag and we'll be chanting around. And the Mataji one day came and she said, that she knew us. I said, how you knew? I haven't spoken with you, I haven't even seen you. She said, this whole area, I'm not, please forgive me, I'm not talking anything about myself. She was telling me this whole area is worth living because both of you move around and chant name of Krishna. And whenever I see you walking in this area, I feel very happy that I am protected. That lady was telling. I said, I don't know, I haven't seen you in Hare Krishna temple, but what you are saying is true. Whatever you're saying, bhakti has that much potency. All of my people who are my neighborhood, they see that we are always in dhoti kurta, putting mridanga, kartal, harmonium in the car. All of them see how much, you guys are all the time, doing something in dhoti kurta only. They see you live in America, you live like Indians, this and that, all that. But they are seeing. So are they getting benefited by appreciating me? I'm telling you the example. Why I said that you all national and society and other communal duties are done. I just gave you the example that I don't have to go personally and do something. Since I'm doing my duty, by looking at me, she is appreciating and she is getting benefited. This is my social duty. By doing that, I know I'm fulfilling my social responsibility. So, Prabhu, many examples can be given. We can give the example from Acharya's life, from Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, other Acharya's life, and we'll talk about it. This is only third or fourth class. We'll go through this and you will understand the bigger perspective. So that's what it is. All the responsibilities are fulfilled. Responsibility about your taking care of your son. I have never taught in my son and daughter anything material that you go to this department, go to that department. Talk to my sons and daughter. They will say, Pitaji always ask me to go to temple, chant name of Krishna, do this bhajan, read this book. That's what I have done. And whatever they have, Krishna, whatever they did, he did good for them. But I never ever, I know this is the nature of the human being. They will by default be materially minded. The human being by default, they will look for material prosperity. You don't force them to be more material. I never did with my sons and daughters, never. But one thing I always requested that, hey, please, dress up nicely, put tilak chandan, chant name of Krishna wherever you are, remember Krishna, eat prasadam that is offered to Krishna, like that. This is our responsibility. So do I do my duty with them? Perfect duty. I did the most important duty. I didn't ask them to become more material. I asked them to become more on the devotional side, more on the spiritual side. So that's how we see. We have to change our paradigm and thinking process, and that will happen slowly and slowly, slowly and slowly when we are more engaged in devotional service. It will benefit us, and very rightly, it will benefit others. Does that make sense, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
I really like the last point, Prabhuji, that you made about that, for our kids, we don't need to teach them how to be material because we are all material anyhow. We have to teach them to go towards Krishna
The
consciousness.
real care is that you protect them.
Yeah.
Give them something that will bring them, that will save them. The wealth and money is not going to save them. They will have nice car, nice building, nice life, but they are not going to be saved. But if you give them the seed, you know, I do best kirtan when my son is playing mridanga. I'm telling you, because from very childhood he learned mridanga playing with my singing, and I learned my singing playing with him. And all Vaishnava songs we sing. I can sing all most of the songs I can sing, or I have sang, and I have sang in front of him, and he will play mridanga, and my wife will be the chorus, and my daughter will be kartal player. That's what we have done every evening, morning. To even I left Dallas, you go and they'll tell you. They are the family who are coming to every Saturday morning to Hare Krishna temple. So all I did is that I pushed them more towards Krishna. Whatever is happening, whatever is doing, they're doing good, but I've given them the seed. And I know that that seed will protect them. So that's our responsibility. We have to give them the right seed. With the time, it will flourish. They will again come back at some point. Krishna will bring them back to Krishna consciousness, and they'll be very proud. Oh, my mom and dad, like I say, you know, everything that I do today is coming from my mother. And whenever I make call, She doesn't know. I tell her that my father, today whatever I'm doing because of you. She said, I didn't teach you anything, but my mom was very religious lady. In the month of Kartik, she will get up at 2 o'clock, go and take shower. And I have seen that. I have seen her, moving around Mother Tulsi. Okay. And that's how I saw it. And so when I grew up, I saw my parents doing devotional service. Okay. So I went out, I did schooling, I went to big school, this and that. But when time came, I came back and I started doing what I'm doing today. I came to know devotee when I was doing my master at IIT Kharagpur. And so many people saw that, but they didn't hint. But I got attracted. You know why? Because the seed my mother has given. My mother, my father, they're very good devotee in their own way, but they have bhakti. So this thing that we do, people seeing by you think that they're not changing. They all are changing. Society is changing, the family is changing, the community is changing, you yourself is changing, your workplace is changing. Whoever is coming in your touch, Prabhuji and Mataji, they are changing. That's why we have millions and millions of devotees now. It all started with only one person, Srila Prabhupada. So devotion and devotee has a lot of power. Sometimes we see, sometimes we don't see.
I do not know, Prabhuji, they are changing, but we are definitely, I mean, I am changing. I feel so. So
Yeah, we all are changing. Yes, that's very nice. We all will change. We all will
for
change. We
that
all.
self-change, I
Yes.
can see that.
Sometimes I have to tell you some personal story to make the point more clear so that it looks more practical to you. I'm not trying to boost or appreciate, but we all are human being. We all are human being. We all are going through it. There are so many people, and we'll hear that. We'll read about that, that how bhakti when it starts. Some sukriti has to be done. Somebody has to give you that seed. And that seed comes from first teacher. We say that Mataji is first teacher. Mother is first teacher. I can tell you one example that Anjali Mataji has a daughter. Her name is Shani. She's going college. She attends most of the program and she's helping with some of the services that I do. And she has the devotional quality. She's young, she's American, she's doing like the American way, but she has that seed. You can see that lady has that seed. This person has that. Maybe right now she is young, she has some other things to do. She'll get married, she'll have kids. At some point, she'll become devotee. I can guarantee, I can write on the paper. I looking at her, and some of the services that she has done for me. I pray and I bless her. I give her the blessings that you are doing very good. Just by saying that you are doing very good, she's getting a lot of credit. So that's how it works, Prabhuji Matajis. Okay. Sometimes people, we might not be directly influencing somebody's life. Somebody might not say that Ramacharya is the person who attracted me to Krishna consciousness, but my behavior is teaching them. If I'm a strong, sound on my Krishna consciousness, I'm just, they criticize me, they will get benefited. So that type of understanding we have to develop. If you do pure bhakti, even somebody criticize you, or even somebody like if somebody likes you, they get much faster on Krishna consciousness. Their benefit are much higher. But even they criticize, they're criticizing devotee, they will get some mercy. As long as we are not finding, we are not saying that this criticism is a blasphemy. So it's like that. So understand, broaden yourself and think big, based on Sastic understanding, and then you can see how things are. Krishna, at the course of time, will give us the strength and power and everything else. I really appreciate these discussions because this is giving me forum to open myself up and tell you something beyond, so that you all can get the bigger clarity and bigger picture. I really appreciate that. We should have some more discussions like this. So the first chapter is done. From next week, we'll start the second chapter. Okay. You all can read the purport and we'll get into the second chapter. Is that okay for today?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Thank you so
Hare,
much.
Thank you,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. I'm in my temple office, so you can see me.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna. Thank you.
Dandat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna,
Thank you, Nadia
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Vanch kalpataru vyasa kripa sindhu
Vaishnavi
vyasa
Devi.
patitanam pavanebhe vaishnavi namo namah. Anant koti vaishnav